Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well and I hope that you have an incredible day. I am here to do a card reading about how you've shifted. So let's see what guidance, insight, and messages the universe has for you. So we have Indigo, improve your vision. So from this shift, it feels like you are getting clarity about what you really want, about what's important to you, about what you truly value, and you are contemplating how you want to live your life, how you want to show up, what your goals are, what your dreams are, how you might go about bringing them into fruition. And if you hear the noise in the background, that's Suki. She's all hyped up. She is on the move and just bouncing off walls. But you're improving your vision. You're getting clear about what you want, and you are focusing. You are using positive mindset shifts. Instead of thinking about, potential worst case scenarios, you are leaning more towards positive outcomes, expecting the best, and the like. And if you hear noise in the background now, Suki has found a bell and she is knocking it all over the house. But you are thinking about how you can show up in the world and how to view the world, the narratives you are associating with events, and the like. We also have New Moon in Taurus, know your worth. Yeah, that goes in with the shift. You are deep down truly embracing your worth and knowing it. You're not just, going through the motions saying it's like, oh, I deserve good things. It's like, no, I know it. I feel it innately in my being. It is indisputable. I deserve good things. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be treated with kindness and respect. And I deserve caring relationships. I deserve to be successful and have prosperity and well-being. So it's really helping that you're getting that clearer vision, because you can then go and act in life accordingly. Because when we don't have clear vision, when we don't know our worth, we can play small, we can diminish ourselves, we can settle for less, we can sell ourselves short. And so once we, are getting clear vision and knowing our worth, we can step into our power and go after what we really want, instead of, making excuses or convincing ourselves that we're not worth it. We don't have the skills, we don't have the capabilities, we don't have the insight, we don't have whatever it is. Other people are better. You know your worth. You know you deserve good things. So you are stepping up and acting accordingly. We also have Full Moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. So yeah, it feels like this shift has maybe stirred up some potential conflict or drama, or there's like residual chaos in the outside world. Things are popping off and heating up. And so to get this clarity, to know your worth, remember to breathe, to go inward, to tune into yourself, to find your inner peace, to realize that happiness is an inside job, that, no matter what happens, you are the author of your story. You get to write how the pages are turning into the next chapter. You get to decide, whether you view life as happening to you, happening for you, the universe co-conspiring against you, the universe co-conspiring for you, you get to decide that. So no matter what is happening in your life, remember to breathe. It'll be okay, because you are divinely protected, you are divinely guided, you are divinely, cherished and nurtured and supported. You are worthwhile. So know your worth and remember to breathe. We also have New Moon in Gemini, think it through. Yeah, so I feel like this shift is really boiling down to you thinking things through, you not, blindly reacting and getting emotionally triggered and going on old habits and patterns of behavior. You are really thinking through what it is you want in life and thinking about how your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs and actions end up creating your reality. So you are trying to be more mindful and aware of how you are impacting and influencing your own life. Because if you're constantly, seeing the world through a lens of glass half empty, that's going to influence the choices that you're making and the opportunities that you take, or even the opportunities that you see. Because if you're convinced that, nothing good ever happens to you, even if this beautiful opportunity is presented right in front of your doorstep, is right under your nose, you might not see it because good things don't happen to you according to that narrative. So think it through, remember to breathe, recognize your worth, and get really crystal clear on your vision on what you want, because the imagination is a very powerful tool. It can help build us up, it can uplift us, it can encourage us, or it could, have us go into these downward spirals and, get into despair and frustration and grief and depression and all these negative things. So think it through, get clear on what you want. We also have New Moon Aries. It's time to take action. Yeah, it's really important that you take inspired, aligned action. Not saying that, you should just blindly act just to act or because you think you should. But since you're taking time to breathe and reflect and to think about where you want to go, and you're recognizing your worth, and you're getting that crystal clear vision and clarity, you are at a point where you're ready to act. You are ready to start making progress to your goals, to your next chapter. But also recognize that this new chapter, this shift that you're in, it can take time. It's not likely to happen overnight. It's as if you've been planting seeds, and so you still need to water them, you still need to tend to them, you still need to nurture them, make sure they get enough sunlight, make sure, weeds aren't choking them out, but you're taking action. You are ready for this. We also have New Moon in Gemini. Communication is key. And it's interesting that you have 2 of the New Moon in Gemini. There's a lot of New Moon energy, actually. The only other moon so far is a full moon in Scorpio. But yeah, communication is key. Not just communication with others, not just communication with yourself, but also communication with the universe, because your energy, the thoughts you're putting out, the beliefs that you hold, your feelings, that's all communication between you and the universe. And the universe will give you more of what you focus on. So where you spend your time, energy, and attention, it's going to grow. You're going to see more of it in your life. So if you're wanting, this positive shift, if you're wanting like encouragement and, prosperity and well-being and success and all these things, you need to focus on that, because the universe is constantly listening to us. And it's not just listening to what we want, but it's listening to our frequency, our energy. And if we're always, frustrated and angry and, depressed and convinced that nothing good happens to us, the universe listens to that and is like, okay, if you say so. And so it'll serve more of that up to us on a silver platter. But it's also at the same time going to be listening to our wants and getting that ready for us. But if we are not in the right energy for us, it can't give us the things that we truly want, because we're not in alignment. We got to get in alignment. That's like saying you want a new job, but you sit at home and you don't get out of bed and you just sit there and like, I want a new job, I want a new job, I want a new job, but you're not doing anything for it. You're not, going out and applying. You're not, making connections with people to get potential job opportunities. You're not, dressing for the part. You're not showing up to interviews. If you're not doing that, you're not in alignment with getting the job. So it's going to be really hard to get it. So just be very thoughtful and mindful and aware of how you are showing up in the world, the energy that you're bringing to the table. We also have New Moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, this really feels like this shift is the start of a new chapter, this fresh, clean slate. And I think that's why there's so much new moon energy in this reading. But because you have been more mindful, because you have been aware, because you've been putting in the work and dedicating your efforts and energy to shifting your mindset, being aware of, how you're showing up in the world, getting clear on what you want and how to get aligned with it, knowing your worth, taking action, breathing through any hiccups or roadblocks or, rapid waters. You are just getting in tune with yourself and trusting the process. And so all of this hard work and effort is really paying off for you. It's going to be a beautiful shift that will get you aligned with so much that you want and that you've probably been wanting for a long time. And it just really shows that you are truly worthy and that no matter what past experiences you may have had, it was all working out in your favor in the end. It was all culminating into this beautiful point. Oh, the wasp anger. Yeah, you might have had a lot of anger about things in the past, about, let's say you had a very rough childhood, family mistreated you, they were constantly putting you down, maybe you're the black sheep of the family. Maybe they used you as the scapegoat and were always blaming you and, gaslighting and, just reversing everything and projecting everything onto you. So you were always the bad guy. You were always the villain, even if they were the one in the wrong and they couldn't take accountability for it. Or maybe it had something to do with the job where, people overlooked you or they backstabbed you or they took credit for what you did. There's probably some anger you need to breathe through, to release, to think it through, to, improve your vision, because while that might all be true and it may very well have happened to you, that's not to discredit it, but the narratives that you have really matter. As I was saying earlier, we're constantly in communication with the universe, and if we're constantly, fixating on the anger and, the injustice and how people are unfair to us, how people are mistreating us, how, all this bad is always happening to us, that's what's going to show up in your life. So it's not to say you can't feel angry. It's not to say that you shouldn't have your emotions. We're all human. Emotions are very much a part of the human experience, but get really mindful and aware of the stories you're telling yourself, the stories you are associating with events, because fixating on the anger and all of the quote-unquote bad, it's just going to stifle us. It's just going to get us stuck and have all these blocks in our energy, so we can't move forward into this positive shift that we're wanting. So you can use the anger as a springboard by transmuting it and, being like, you know what? It wasn't cool how this, that, and the other happened. I really don't appreciate it. It's not to my preference. But at the same time, I can be grateful in the sense that it showed me what I do want, because by showing me what I don't want, I got crystal clear on what I do want. I don't want that. I want to be respected. I want to be treated with kindness. I want to be treated with love. I want to have, safe spaces where I communicate freely and I get the credit I deserve, where, everyone is treated fairly. And Or maybe it gave you an inner strength because you learned more about yourself and how you can withstand any storm. So it's time to let the anger go. Not to say that it has no place and that, you have to dismiss any anger or hurt that you feel, but don't fixate on it. Don't get stuck in it, because it's your hard work of going through all of these trials and tribulations can't pay off if you are always in the past. We also have, Scorpion, power. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you are stepping into your power. You are realizing the power of your words, the power of your thoughts, the power of your feelings, the power of your beliefs, the power of your energy and frequency. You're realizing that all this hard work of like trying to transmute everything and work through it, it's really paying off for you. You are a lot stronger than you might have given yourself credit in the past. And because you're realizing your power, you are taking the inspired action, and you know your worth. You know that you're meant for more. Yeah, so the sea lion balance, you are coming into a much more balanced place. You are taking the highs and lows of life, and it may shake you up a little bit, it may rock the boat, but you are going with the flow more. You are seeing how the universe can use any and all experiences to your benefit, and is always working with you, always protecting you, always guiding you, always nurturing and supporting you. So you're in this much more balanced state, and it's helping you tremendously with this shift. We also have the eternal child. So what I'm getting with this is that you are reconnecting with your inner child, and that can help with, this sense of enthusiasm, love for life, joy, wonder, because children are really pure and innocent, and while they may, have their upsets and, their sometimes hissy fits and tantrums, like, they don't stay in it. They don't, usually just let things fester. Like, they are very much in their emotions, express their emotions, let it flow through, and then they're done and ready to move on. So it feels like you are tuning into your inner child and having more of that childlike wonder and purity and innocence again, and just being in tune with the universe. Children and animals, they're very much in tune. They're not so caught up in like the narratives. They're more living presently in the moment. You also have the lover. So this shift probably is helping you get in alignment and have a frequency match with a partner. And this partner could be a romantic partner, could be like a friend that you'll have like this really deep connection to. It could be, connecting with loved ones. It could be, connecting with someone who is on the same frequency as you for terms of like passion projects and like the things that you love. There's so many different ways this could work, but for a lot of you, it's probably a romantic partner, and that could be a new one coming in, or it could be, rekindling, reconnecting, and mending, and, not necessarily fixing up, but like healing your current partnership, because life can be challenging, and with all the ups and downs, we can forget to make time for the people, things, and, hobbies that we really love. We get so caught up in the daily grind that, we can drift apart. So it's really important that you are mindful of your connections and you have more love for life. We also have bag. Something important, such as a new job or raise. Yeah, it really does feel like this shift is helping all this new come in for you, all this new success, all this new prosperity, all this new well-being, because you are coming from a much more stable, balanced, and aligned place. You are getting in tune with your true frequency. You are seeing the good in life, and you are trusting the process. So it's so much easier for the universe to communicate with you, to, give you insights, to nudge you to new opportunities that you may have not noticed before. So that's exciting for you. And we also have teardrops, great personal sorrow. So some of this processing could, deal with like anger and sorrow of like past experiences, like grieving what could have been, that your hopes and dreams that didn't work out. But also at the same time, know that good is coming to you. Your hard work is paying off. Know your worth, because if it didn't work out, at the end of the day, it's because it wasn't meant. It was because you were meant for something greater. The universe knows the best course of action for you, and it will guide you along the way. And if something is not in alignment with you, if something is not meant for you, if something will hold you back or harm you, the universe is going to end up separating you from it. And so that can be hard when we're getting, caught up in our feelings and our narratives and be like, why didn't it work out? It didn't work out because it wasn't meant to, and because the universe always knows what's best for you and is guiding you to the highest possible outcome for you. It wants the best for you. It loves you. So breathe through it, trust the process, and get balanced again, because there are highs and lows in life, and for every sorrow, for every anguish, for every, frustration, there's also joy, love, and laughter, and lightheartedness, and enthusiasm, and eagerness. So good things are coming. Don't get caught up in the past. And we have yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Yeah, it feels like this has a lot to do with your past. And your future is looking very bright, and your present wants to, bring in those bright future elements, but you're getting tied down by past frustrations, past angers, past hurts, and it's not that you're not justified in feeling that way. It's not that, things that happened to you didn't happen, but learn to process your feelings and let them go, because the past is the past. What happened is what happened, but right now, you're not living that. Yes, you can gain insight and wisdom from past experiences. It can help, guide you in the present moment towards your future, but you don't want to be living in the past. You don't want to be caught up in that. It very much reminds me of the story of the two twins. These two identical twins had an abusive father who was a drunk, who, was doing all these horrible things. He was not a good role model. He was not caring and loving and supportive. And so they both grow up, and the mom goes to the one twin, and she sees him in prison, and she's asking him, how did this happen? How did you end up here? And he just gets a nasty attitude. He's like, well, look at my father. How could I not? And he's all, grumbling. And then she went to the other twin, and, he was a loving father. He had a beautiful family. He had a loving wife, and he, just created all the success and happiness and well-being for himself. And she, went up to him and she's like, well, how'd you get here? How did this happen? And he goes, look at my father. How could I not? It's all about the narratives that we have. It's all about the narratives, because we can use the past experiences, to weigh us down, to tie us down, to, get us all riled up and angry and hurt and sad and depressed even. Or we can use them as lessons and be like, okay, that happened to me. It was very hurtful. I can continue the cycle. I can use that, to be the path I walk down, or I can choose differently. I can let it go. I can use it as a guide of what not to be. and realize that I am worth more. Knowing your worth. Improving your vision, getting crystal clear, thinking it through, finding the balance, stepping into your power, because you have so much good coming your way. It's so much good, but we got to be mindful of our narratives because they can really trip us up and hold us back. But at the end of the day, so much good is coming your way. You are getting into balance. You're stepping into your power. All this hard work you've been putting in, it's just going to lead to this beautiful, beautiful shift where all this prosperity, well-being, success, happiness, joy, love, new relationships, like it's all going to come to you. And it could still take some more work, but you are heading in a beautiful direction. So I just want to wish you all a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care, stay blessed, and I will see you next time. Bye!